Holy cow, guys, I'm actually doing a goals review video on time for once. So if you want to see how I did on my 2021 goals and see what I'm trying to accomplish in 2022, please stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm Kay and you've arrived at my weird little corner of the internet. Welcome. If you're new here, I'm a part-time reseller mostly on eBay and Poshmark. And like I said in the intro, this is going to be a goals video. If you haven't seen any of my other goals related videos, they're in this playlist right here. I will link it for you so that you can enjoy them before or after or during this video and then come back here. So what I try to do is at the beginning of the year make a list of goals. They're a little bit different from year to year, but they're always SMART goals, which is something I learned at work a few years ago. So SMART is an acronym that stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. Before we get started, if you're into this type of content or reselling in general with a little bit of lifestyle here and there, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you here in my weird little family on the internet. Anyways, let's get into the 2021 goals first before we talk about 22. So for 2021, I had 10 goals across 3 categories: business, personal, and finance. The first category we're going to talk about is business, and the first goal in this category is to monetize this here YouTube channel. If you're not new here, then you know that I did complete that goal effective November 17th. That was the first day that my monetization on YouTube was approved and I started to earn ad revenue from Google AdSense. I'm actually going to do a video on YouTube monetization in general pretty soon because I am about to receive my first payout from YouTube. So yeah, I'm really excited and stay tuned for that if you're interested at all. And a huge thank you to all of you guys for helping me achieve that goal, because without you 1,000+ subscribers, I definitely would not have been monetized. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in to all my videos and clicking that like button, engaging with me a little bit, obviously subscribing to my channel. So yeah, kudos to you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Item number 2 in the business category was to profit $20,000 reselling. I am going to do a separate video about that as well because I don't have the final numbers, but I do at least know that I did hit that goal. I'm hovering somewhere around 22,000, but I do need to also take into account my antique booth sales, and I won't get that information until at least January 10th, which is a Monday, I think, and they're closed on Mondays. So I won't be able to get that until probably the weekend following, and then I want to make sure that I add that into all of my totals for the year before I put that video out. The next business goal is to sell 50 items on Etsy. I definitely overshot this one. I'm not anywhere close. As of December 31st, I was at 17 sales on Etsy. I actually just made one yesterday, but that's technically January and 2022, so it doesn't count. Either way, it wouldn't have helped me hit that 50. I just haven't really come across enough items to actually put on Etsy. Plus, with me opening the antique booth, most everything that could qualify to go on Etsy goes there unless it's vintage clothing. So yeah, that definitely did not happen this year, and I don't think I'm going to continue with that type of Etsy goal going forward. I might not even sell on Etsy at all. We'll see what happens, but it's just not been a priority in 2021. The last goal in the business category, I completely abandoned. If you watched my Q3 2021 goals progress update, it was to attain 10,000 followers on Instagram for that lovely swipe up feature, which isn't even a thing anymore because now they have that little button that you can put a link in. So I don't need 10,000 followers to be able to use that feature. And so there's no need for me to really get 10,000 followers on Instagram. Instagram's not paying me, YouTube is paying me, and reselling is obviously paying me, so that's where my focus lies. I'm still around just over 8,000 followers on Instagram, same as I was at like the beginning of 2021, so it is what it is. I barely post on Instagram as it is. I'm very active in stories, but that doesn't really bring the followers. The posts bring the followers, and I hardly ever post an actual like photo or reel or anything on Instagram. So definitely not continuing with that one in 2022. All right, in the personal category, I had 3 goals. The first one was to go 1 week dairy-free. I did do that, except I waited until the very end of the year. I started on December 19th, which was a Sunday, and then ended on Christmas Day, the 25th. No dairy, so I did do it. It made me feel really good. I don't know if I could do that long term. I definitely would have to make a lot of lifestyle changes if I wanted to try and do that. I am lactose intolerant, so that was the, you know, goal by going dairy free, was to see how it would make me feel. And it, like I said, it did make me feel really good, but it's just, I don't know if it's realistic for me. So I can at least say that I did it. I accomplished that goal. The second goal in the personal category was to lose 20 pounds. Body positivity, all of that. I'm just not comfortable in my own skin right now, so that was why I put that on here. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I haven't got on a scale in Lord knows how long. I had lost like 4 pounds towards the beginning of 2021, but the pandemic never went away, and I haven't been to a gym, haven't done any exercise at home. So yeah, definitely didn't happen. I actually probably gained a few more pounds, but that's life. I'm honestly really just not focused on that at this time in my life. I am focused on, you know, building wealth and trying to, you know, make sure that Liv is financially secure when she's an adult. And to do that, I have to learn how to be financially secure and independent myself. So yeah, I'm not really worried about those pounds. If they go away, they go away. If not, I just need to learn to be happy with it and accept it. And the last goal in the personal category was to read 10 books. I did do this, and I finished book number 10 on New Year's Eve. I was in a little mini quarantine over here just by myself on New Year's Eve, and so I finished the last like 100 or so pages I had left in book 10. It was If I Stay. Yeah, so this goal is kind of staying around for 2022, but it looks a little bit different, and when we get to the 2022 goals, I will explain that a little bit further. All right, and last but not least, the finance category, which also had 3 goals. The first of which was to pay off my car in full. If you watched my Vlogmas videos, I did kind of touch on this at one point, but I paid that off on November 30th. It was a check for like 9,000 something, I don't remember, but it was between 9 and 10,000. It pained me quite a bit to have to write that check and then bring it to the bank, but it's done, it's over. I'm still waiting for my title to come in for my car, so hopefully that'll be in soon. I know at the holidays it might have, you know, got delayed a little bit, but it's been over a month and I still have no title, but that's fine. There is no more balance. That's $600 a month that I can have freed up and put towards a savings goal. So I'm super, super happy I was finally able to accomplish that in 2021. Goal number 2 in the finance category was to reduce my student loan debt to $10,000. I was hoping that, you know, Biden was gonna actually make loan forgiveness a thing in 2021 after he got elected like he promised to do, but that didn't happen. So I continued to pay. I think I paid a little bit less than my normal monthly payment would have been, because if you didn't know, due to the pandemic, they took away payments for student loans, federal student loans, and that's what mine is. So I didn't technically have to pay anything most of 2020 and all of 2021. I still made payments as I could, but I was really hyper focused on paying off my car instead. I did reduce it $3,000 from the original balance in 2021 at the beginning, which was $15,500. So now I'm at $12,500 to end 2021. And the last goal in the finance category and overall for 2021 was to make 2 extra mortgage payments. If you didn't know, I purchased my first home where I am right now in the summer of 2020. And since purchasing it, I've made it a point to pay extra. I pay extra every month, but I wanted to make 2 full mortgage payments per year. That's going to be included in the 2022 goals. Spoiler alert, but I did complete that on 11/30. So the way I look at it is I make one before the first half of the year is over, and then I make the second payment in the second half of the year. That way it balances out a little bit, and I have time to save that money to allocate towards the extra payments. So yeah, on November 30th, I made the second and final one of 2021, and I'm really happy. It brought down my overall interest, you know, for the life of the loan if I'm here for 30 years, which is not the plan. But it will reduce the time that I have to have this loan if I decided to stay, by a lot. So yeah, if you can swing it, definitely consider making extra mortgage payments, or at least paying extra on your mortgage each month. I'm really big on manifesting this year. Manifestation, you guys probably saw my BOLO video, brands that I want to manifest in 2022. That's kind of my word of the year. I don't make New Year's resolutions. I probably should have said that from the jump, but I don't do those. They never worked for me. So I do goals, and if I hit them, wonderful. If I don't lose sleep over it. That's just life. Anyways, in 2022, I decided to up the ante slightly, and I'm doing 12 goals this year instead of 10. Same 3 categories: business, personal, and finance. Some of them are a little bit different from my 2021 goals, so let's hop into those. All right, again, the first category is gonna be business, and I have 4 goals in each category. So the first one in business is gonna be profit $25,000 from reselling. I originally was gonna make this 22,000, you know, 2022, 22,000, but that's what I did this year, and I definitely wanna see growth. I probably should have increased this a little bit to maybe 30,000, but we're gonna be safe and say 25,000, just because I wanna be realistic in what I can do. And right now I still do have a full-time job. We'll get to that in a little bit. And reselling is just my part-time thing. So to do $25,000 in profit a year just from a side hustle would be awesome for me. So that's where I'm keeping it for the purposes of my 2022 goals. Item number 2 under business is to earn $500 on YouTube. So from Google AdSense, because that's who pays you when you are monetized on YouTube. YouTube doesn't cut you a check, it's Google AdSense. Like I said, I'm going to do a separate video on this topic, but basically, in short, you get paid when someone on YouTube watches an ad that's placed on your videos. So they have to watch for 30 seconds in order for you to get paid for that view. Otherwise, they still just count as views, but you don't actually get paid for them. So if you watch my videos and you like watching my videos, please watch the ads for at least 30 seconds, and then you can skip them or do whatever. But I would really appreciate it. So yeah, I wanted to earn $500 on YouTube in 2022, just because I don't really know how much I can reasonably expect to make per month. Obviously, if I gain more subscribers, which happens to coincide with the next goal on my list, if I gain more subscribers, that will hopefully lead to more views overall and thus more money in my pocket. But I wanted to be a little bit conservative with this goal because I can't really base it on 1.5 months from the end of 2021, because I was also posting videos every single day in December. So that kind of skewed my numbers a little bit. But I figured with at least, you know, $50, a little bit less than $50 per month in earnings would get me to that $500 by the end of the year. As I said, this goal ties into the next one, which is to hit 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. So I'm at like 1,125 as of today, which is January 3rd, the same day this video is gonna go out. I just hit my paper with my hand. But yeah, so I'm hoping that I can get there by the end of 2022. Hopefully sooner. I mean, that's up to you guys. So if you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you here, and you'd be helping me reach my goal. Not gonna harp on that too much, but yeah, 2,000 subs on YouTube is my goal for the year. And the last goal in the business category is to make a $300 plus sale. So I already have an idea in mind. If you saw my ThredUp men's designer unboxing, I'll link that here for you. I got a Canada Goose jacket in there, and I'm really hoping I can get at least 500 for this jacket. It does look like it's legit. I told you guys I would update you on that. So I'm really hopeful I can squeeze at least 500 bucks out of it. But yeah, I'm hoping to make more than, you know, just one $300 plus sale. That would be ideal, obviously, but at least one, because my highest sale to date is $250, which was a Build-A-Bear plush. I do have other business goals, but they're not SMART goals. They're not measurable or specific, like increase additional listings on eBay and Poshmark, but I don't really have a concrete number for that, so I left it off of this list. All right, now on to the 4 personal goals for 2022, the first of which is to read all 7 Harry Potter books. Like I said earlier, in the 2021 goals, I did read 10 general books in 2021, which was the goal, but it was gonna look a little bit different for 2022. I love Harry Potter. It's probably my favorite franchise of all time. I watch the movies on a consistent basis. Me and Livy will be watching the special that went live on HBO Max, I think January 1st. We'll probably be watching that tonight, and it's just something I really loved. I was going through a really hard time in my life when those books came out, and they helped me get through that. And so regardless of personal feelings towards the author, I love that world and I like to immerse myself in it. But a lot of my favorite parts and scenes and moments from the books are missing from the movies, and I've kind of lost those. I've forgotten about them a little bit, and so I want to read the whole series over again, just so I can remember what I loved about that series. Item number 2 in the personal goals is to purchase my tiny home on wheels. If you don't follow me over on Instagram, which I will leave my handle down below for you, I really want like a camper, van, bus, something that I can convert over into a tiny home, because the goal is, well, the ultimate goal anyways, when Livy graduates and she's off doing her college thing or off doing her just, you know, adulting thing, I want to be able to travel around in my little tiny home on wheels and just live out of it. I don't really need a lot of space. I don't need a big house. My house right now is only 1,000 square feet. The only thing I hate about it is that it doesn't have an extra bedroom, which is where I previously stored inventory when I lived in an apartment. So yeah, purchase one of those. It doesn't have to be already converted. I just want to actually get the physical, you know, vehicle so that if it's not already converted, I can work on it at a later date. I will probably start a new channel for that once, you know, that's been completed, but more to come when it happens. Next item in the personal section is to go 1 month without ginger ale. I have a ginger ale problem. A lot of people have a soda problem or a coffee problem. I don't drink either of those, but I go hard on the ginger ale. I'm currently on day 2, because I drank ginger ale on New Year's Day because it was the last one that I had in the house. So I'm gonna try to do it until at least the first couple days in February, and that will be my month of ginger ale. I wanna start it off with a bang, in other words, and I just think this will help with my overall fitness goal of, you know, sort of getting back on the exercise train, exercising more in 2022, maybe joining an exercise class, something that can really get me motivated and back on the working out train. Livy has actually expressed to me the other day that she wants to kind of work out some more, so hopefully that'll help, you know, both of us stay motivated. So yeah, the ginger ale will definitely help me. I don't feel great when I drink it, but I just like it. I like the taste of it. So I'm trying to go a month without it because all of that sugar will just really help me not feel bloated and more in the workout frame of mind, if that makes any sense to you at all. And the last goal in the personal category is a big one, is to leave my full-time job. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm gonna go full-time reselling. That would be awesome if I could, but I don't make anywhere near what I make from my full-time job by reselling at this point in time. And so I can't just jump right into that when I have a mortgage and a small human to provide for. But to say the least, I'm not gonna get too much into it right now because I'll get emotional. But I've been severely unhappy, and that's like a serious understatement. For about a decade, I've been at the same job for 16 years under different names because of acquisitions, and I feel stuck. I don't enjoy getting up and coming to sit at my desk that's right over there. to work every day. I don't like the people that I work with. I don't like the company that I work for. And I am 100% complete and utterly miserable. So that's not healthy. It's not good for my mental health. If you're stuck in a similar situation, I really feel for you, because I'm there right now. I was originally gonna put down just quit my full-time job, but like I said, I'm not in a place right now where I can just do that and feel comfortable that I'm gonna, you know, be able to put food on the table for my kid and feed myself. So I kind of have to stick it out for right now. So whether this means that I eventually do make, you know, my reselling income my only income in 2022, or I leave and go to a different company, that's up in the air. I don't know. But by the end of 2022, I don't want to still be working for this company. All right, financial goals. My battery's gonna die soon, so I'm gonna try to fly through the next few before it does. The first one we talked about earlier, it's to make 2 extra mortgage payments in 2022, full payments, aside from my normal, you know, once a month, obviously, payments. This will help me, you know, reduce the amount of months I would have to pay on my loan overall, even though I don't plan to stay here, but it just also helps with the interest and reducing debt faster. Number 2 is to continue with the 2 savings goals that I instituted at the beginning of 2021. I do have a PDF for one of them. I will leave the link down below if you want to do it too. The first one was I did a 26-week paycheck challenge. Obviously that one's a little bit easier to figure out because it's in the name, 26-week paycheck challenge. I get paid bi-weekly, so that's 26 paychecks a year with 52 weeks in a year. And I start with $5, or last year I started with $5 and increased that by $5 every pay period. So $5, $10, $15, and then on the last pay period of the year, that would be $130. So minus the interest that you would accrue from having that in a separate account all year, which is what I did, you would have $1,755 at the end of that 26 weeks. I'm gonna stick with that this year. Obviously that might change if I'm no longer at my job. I might get paid differently. I might not get paid at all because I'll just be living off of reselling income. But I am gonna start it out that way. And the only other difference between this year and last year's 26-week paycheck challenge is that I'm gonna do it in reverse this time. So I'm gonna start with the $130 for the first week, which will be in 2 days actually, and then end with $5. That way it's a little bit less coming out towards the holiday season. And the other savings goal that I did in 2021 was a Thursday temperature savings goal. I did set an alarm for this going forward so that it's at the same time every Thursday, but in 2021 I kind of just did it whenever I remembered to pull the numbers. So basically I will pull up my weather app for the area that I live in, and every Thursday I will take the number of degrees. So for example, if today was 42 degrees, which I'm pretty sure that was close to what it actually was, I would put $42 in a savings account. I live in the Northeast, so sometimes it could be in the negative. If it was in a negative, I would just put the positive, you know, correlated amount into a savings. So if it was like negative 10 degrees, which I don't foresee ever happening, I would put $10 in the account. So after 52 weeks, or however many Thursdays there were in 2021, I honestly didn't check. I had $2,981.52. So that was all of the Thursday amounts in degrees, plus a little bit of interest, maybe like $2. I don't even know. But yeah, so $3,000 in the span of a year, not bad, and I want to continue that going forward. All right, item number 3 in the financial category is to reduce my student loan debt to $5,000. We talked about this earlier in 2021 goals. The balance right now as of today is $12,500, and I want to get that down to $5,000. So that's $7,500 I need to put towards my student loans. Now that I don't have my car, I was paying $600 a month, which is about $7,200 a year. if I did my math correctly. So there's my student loan payment right there. So what I'm gonna try to do is save that $600 that I would normally put towards my car payment and pay it towards my student loans. All right, we're now on battery number 3, so I gotta get this finished. The last goal in the financial category and the last goal overall for 2022 is to invest 10% of my reselling income. I do have a 401k from my full-time job, and so I do have access to, you know, an investment company, and I'm just gonna use that and put 10% of my reselling income into a separate account. I am new to investing. Other than my 401k, I haven't really done much else except for like put $150 into some stocks, and they didn't do too well. So it's not really my jam as of yet. I'm still learning about it, but yeah, so 10% of reselling income. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it, like the frequency. I might do it, you know, at the end of the month, once, you know, the return windows have passed, stuff like that. So that way I'm not moving money in and out all the time. I might do it quarterly. That might be a little bit easier. I'm not quite sure yet, but I just know that at the end of the year, I want to have 10% of all of the profits that I've made from reselling in an investment account. I also do have a couple other goals that are just always a goal until I hit them. So I have 50 states by age 50. I'm 35 as of today. I hate admitting that, by the way. And I think I have like, I don't know, 12 or 14, no more than 16 states left to hit. And then I have 40 countries by age 40. So I don't know if I'm gonna hit that one. I set that way long ago when I did my first international trip back in 2015. So I was not even 30 yet. And yeah, so we'll see. I don't know, like I said, if I'll hit that one, simply because it's kind of difficult and inconvenient to travel these days. So 12 countries in less than 5 years, unless I hop on a cruise somewhere and, you know, bounce across a whole bunch of countries in one trip, I don't think it's gonna happen. So I might have to revisit that, but for right now, I'm at 28 countries, 12 to go. We'll see. I also want to get my house ready for sale. I don't plan on listing it for sale in 2022, but in 2023, probably in the spring, I will want to have my house listed because your girl needs a little bit more space for inventory. So something that has space for a bigger shed, maybe something with a 3rd bedroom, not huge. Like I said, 1,000 square feet is fine by me, and eventually I do want to live in a tiny home on wheels, so I don't need a whole lot, but yeah, so I want to get it ready. There's at least one more room that needs to be painted. I have my sliding door issue. If you watched any of my lives over the summer, you know that it's been a nightmare for me dealing with the installation of this slider door, and it's still wrong, and it still upsets me every time I look at it. And so I have to get that fixed if I'm gonna put my house up for sale. So we'll see what happens. I also would like to have a garage and a driveway that's big enough to have another driver park in it. So I don't know, it is a whole lot of other projects I want to work on in the next year or so, but I can't really quantify that, so I left it off my goals, but just throwing it out there that that is something I am working towards in 2022. As I always say in these videos, please let me know some of your goals for 2022 in the comments below. I love to hear about that stuff. I want to help people succeed in any way I can, and sometimes just putting it out there, even on YouTube, just really helps to get you motivated in actually, you know, setting yourself up to accomplish it. So if you enjoyed this video at any point, please give it a big thumbs up. It really helps me out here on YouTube to know what type of content you enjoy seeing from me. And if you haven't already subscribed, like I said in the beginning, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you here in my weird little family on the internet, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.